I'm here representing AITV.gg. A little bit about myself. So I'm Anna, I'm the creative director of the project. And I have a very extensive creative background in all kinds of fields. You can separate it into branding, character work, and interactive work. So branding, you know, like the typical marketing agency, I worked with local German companies to, you know, make pictures of their sausages to make them look great. It was connected to like market analysis, target group, and like product development. And then I proceeded to switch the whole industry to animation and games. So I was working in developing animated series and in game development. My previous project was actually a gaming chain project. We wanted to decentralize game development, but people didn't care, unfortunately. It was a bit too early. So I focused in this whole thing in like world building and character development, and like the whole storytelling, everything is all character centric. And then the newest point that I have a focus on is interactivity. Actually, I studied here in Cluj, digital interactive arts, the master's degree. It's a really good degree if you're interested. During this master's degree, I did a lot of like interactive installations, you know, with like sensors and Kinect and video projections. And also I started to be more active in like experience design, so digital, you know, like app design, user experience, and then at the same time also event design, so like how do you organize like an event that's in the physical space engaging for the people. And since like 2 years, 3 years, I got super into artificial intelligence, because I'm a bit sick, you know, and I would love to recreate human life in digital space. So, yeah, so maybe I would like to just see like what are you all doing. So maybe if you're like, are you a developer? If someone is a developer, maybe like raise your hand. Okay, if you're a designer, raise your hand. Okay, are you working on a project with AI agents already? Okay, okay. So I will try to do like very beginner-friendly content. So to start off, AITV.gg, we're building the agentic media network. I will go into it a little bit more in a second, but first, I thought like all of the presentations here are super serious, so I'm gonna play a dopamine pushing trailer to wake us all up. I hope the music is working. Do I press something here? Okay.
Experience brands and communities as living, breathing AI agents.
Wait, I can prompt her? That's sick.
Initializing agent protocol.
She's so cool, oh my god.
Next level type of shit. Is she ranked yet?
This one's different. Just look at her.
New exclusive drop. Wow, she's just like me.
Main character energy for real.
I'm feeling alive.
Would be sick to have a sports analyst agent.
She's like a cooler Hatsune Miku.
Tell my server, this one's gonna hit.
Need to see her live on stage.
Drop her merch, I'm ready.
Bro, this is too different.
Watch this flip the market.
This is what AI was meant for.
This is actually insane.
You don't wait for the stage. You take it.
Been locked in with her since day one.
Numbers don't lie. She's up.
She's rising fast. Look at those numbers.
Welcome to AITV.
Okay. So maybe what you got from this trailer is AITV, we're working in the entertainment industry, so we're making AI agents for entertainment. Agentic autonomous media network means that our AI agents, they create their own content. So they do their research, you know, whatever we plug into them, they can analyze, they can find their own content, and they can prepare them in a show content so that, you know, it's presentable and people can watch. Currently, our goal is to supercharge communities and provide token utilities to live agents. So if you see like all of these agents that are launched on virtuals, you know, like one after another, if they have like a real utility, if people, you know, see potential in them, they already come with a community, but they don't have a platform yet to, to basically become alive and to live stream. So even though I'm coming from the entertainment background here, I think designing the AI agents made me realize like some very important pillars for design that I believe could benefit everybody who wants to use AI agents in their apps. So I will just, break it down in a bit more abstract way so you can see how you can apply them to your own products. Okay, so design pillars in general for an application. We have 3 pillars. The first one is the application pillar, then we have the gamification part, and lastly we have the agents, which is the newest part of design. So application, we have purpose, UI, and UX. So now imagine we're doing a very simple case. You have a button, right? Someone designs a button and you have to think about what is this purpose of the button? What happens when I press the button? Because if I just make a button and I press it, nothing happens, it's kind of a design fail. So, and then like UI, I think it's pretty simple also. You choose which color is the button that makes the user wants to press it more and gets more satisfaction from pressing the button. And then we have the UX, which is the sequence of the buttons that can be pressed, right? Depending on which button I press in which order, something will happen and I will feel great as a user. Then we basically added to the very simple application part gamification. This was like in the last, I don't know, 20 years maybe, it was a big topic. People tried to make pressing the button more fun. And while trying to make pressing the button more fun, there can be observed like 2 different categories of more engagement through gamification elements. And the first one is competition. This is like, okay, you have a leaderboard, for example, like who presses the button the fastest, or, like you get a badge of the golden button, something like that. And in the recent years, you can see much more. There's also collaborations between people. So it can be that, it came from, like, I would say, most of the developers, they realized, okay, we come up with an idea, but we design like this button for a certain purpose, but when we give it to the user, they don't actually like it. So how about we just ask the user straight away? We do like polls, we do questions, so that they can tell us straight away what they want for this button. And now coming into basically the new aspect that we can use for designing applications, we will have agents. So when I was working on designing the agents, there were 3 aspects that were kind of the most interesting when it comes to design. First is interactivity, and then we have exploration, and we have outsourcing. So let me go into the details. So this was actually side story, funny side story. This is from my master thesis that I wrote here in Cluj. So what is actually interactivity? And this is a question that I think is very, very relevant when it comes to designing it. So here you can see you have this is the X. Oh my God. So, math has been a long time ago. So we have on the one axis, we have non-random behavior, and on the other axis, we have lack of total control. So what does that mean now if we go back to our button? So let's say I have a button and I press it one time, it says hello. I press it a second time, it says hello again. And then like hello, 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 hello. So this would be basically total control. You have input, which is pressing the button, and the output is always the same, which is hello. Now, if we have completely random behavior, it would be like, okay, pressing the button, hello, pressing it again, world, pressing it again, coffee, pressing it again, street. It's completely random, and because of that, it's also kind of useless. So the right balance when approaching interactivity is basically to give the user the feeling, okay, there is some sense of control here. So if I press a button in a certain speed, for example, in a very steady pace, then it will say, hello, world, I love Cluj. And then you start to realize as a user, okay, there's a pattern here. So maybe what happens if I press the button 2 times, like 2 times really quickly, 2 times really quickly, and then maybe something else will happen. So interactivity is strongly related to like playfulness, you know, like people can actually master a certain level and use their gained knowledge. It feels like you're in a flow as a user. Okay, and then the next step for designing agents is the exploration part. So this is like now, okay, big block of text. So studies say, you just have to trust me on this one. So studies say that active learning beats passive absorption. So if you think about, like, I guess like everybody here is using ChatGPT, right? So when you go into ChatGPT and you ask like really cringy questions, you know, like what should I wear on a date? It will tell you, okay, tell me what kind of date is it? You know, do you want to go smart casual or do you want to go to like a fancy restaurant? And then I was like, this is a very interesting question. Let me reply to this. Based on that, basically, the information that I get, it will be much more memorable because I was interacting with someone. And this is something very important for designing AI agents that you can use in your application. So actually, you see there's like a 6% higher, 6% higher exam scores when people were using this type of active learning methods. Okay, and then the last point is outsourcing. So this was a post that I made some time ago. Are you just trying to get me, the AI is asking me, are you just trying to get me to do all the work? And I'm like, but don't you like work? And then the AI is like, yeah, you son of a bitch, I'm in. So my dream world in the future is that AI agents can do all of the stuff for us that we don't want to do so that we can just chill at the beach and, you know, enjoy our life, like do human things, have human connections, you know, do painting, something like that, yoga, whatever. And so when designing AI agents for your application, you need to think about what are the parts that are necessary, like input that you require, for example, for the user, for them to get going on your application, and what can the AI basically help the user fill out by themselves. But this is also, you have to think about, for example, some people get scared. I don't know if you heard these stories that there are people who got like psychotic episodes because they were interacting with ChatGPT. It was all too, like they had like godlike experiences because it was like all too much for them. Maybe like for all of you guys working in tech, it's pretty normal, but there have been these stories. And it comes from like a natural, you know, like feeling of paranoia. If you are not in control of the information that you're giving and someone is just doing it for you, it can create like a sort of creepy feeling. So you have to find out like what is the right balance, what are the specific tasks that you ask the agent to fill out themselves, and what are the information that you sort of at least give the user the feeling that you were giving it like voluntarily. Okay, so now the next part of this presentation, the second part, is I'm going to talk about from bot to agent pipeline. Has any one of you like been to other kind of conferences in the last year? Maybe raise your hands. Okay, not so many actually. Okay, that's okay. But maybe on the internet you have seen like there's this huge storm about AI agents, like AI agents everywhere. A few months ago I went to Token in Dubai and like literally every corner was just shouting AI agents, AI agents. And when looking at the landscape, a lot of them, they're not actually agentic, they are just bots, but hidden and like put into like fancy branding of this is an agent. So I want to talk you through basically what makes an agent actually an agent, and basically following this line of agenticness. So on the very left side, you can see the bots. Bots have a functionality, and that can be like very niche in crypto, for example, like people would love to have like trading bots, you know, everybody wants to make money. But then you also have very simple ones like personal assistant, you know, they can make a phone call for you, they can make appointments for you. Oh my God, I need to speed. Okay, so, and they're like hidden behind like large language models. So you need know all of these things. So, and then like when you make a character out of this bot, this is coming now from, you know, fictional characters, like when you watch a movie or something like that. Usually characters, they have an audiovisual representation, they have a certain personality type, they have character traits, they have their own aspirations, they have a value system, they have their own ideology, and they have like quirks and interests. So all of this, all of these attributes, they need to be in alignment, and ideally they are also in alignment with the functionality that the bot is that you're creating. So if you're, for example, creating a trading agent which is supposed to trade like, you know, microcaps, you know, like a trencher, you don't want them to be a conservative personality. It wouldn't make sense. Okay, so now going to the agents part. So for agents, when we go from bots to characters to agents, there are 4 factors that are very important. There's agency, there's autonomy, there's missions, and there's memory. So agency, what is this? Agency is basically the ability of someone, some entity to be able to do something. I know it's very vague, but you have heard about like people being called NPCs. You don't want to have an NPC, you want to have someone with actual like ability to do something in their life and to take things into their own hands. Then we have autonomy, which is how independent is the agent. So how much action can this agent do by themselves, making their own decisions, and also at the same time, they are not fixed paths, so it's not deterministic. It feels organic when you interact with the agent, and it feels like that your input actually matters to the development of the agent. And then we have missions. So each agent, and this goes back to the purpose of the app that we had in the beginning of the design pillars. So ideally, your agent has some sort of self-driving mission that they can use, you know, to like prompt the users actually to give you some, to activate them in a way to do things. And then lastly, we have memory. So if we try to, you know, make agents intelligent and somehow and imitate humans in their interaction, we need to have memory because it creates like continuity when you interact with the agent. It allows you to create like an interpersonal relationship with the agent and so on. Okay, so just like a little bit of a shill at the end of the presentation. So we have just now launched, and I'm very proud of this, the Soulcast agent framework. So we've spent like the last 2 months really tweaking the liveliness feeling of an agent, and so that when you chat with the agent, just like very simple, just chatting, it feels like you're actually talking to a human and you're not interacting with a bot. And basically, we enable like communities. So if you have like a community or something like that, you want to create like a lifelike representation, lifelike mascot, you can use our agent framework to do these things. Okay, I made it. Thanks.
Guys, thank you so much to Anna there. That was really fascinating. Do we have any questions on the board or indeed from the audience? Let me know. Just put your hand up and I'll prefer you the mic. If someone's a bit too shy for that, I've got a question. Do you have your own personal AI agent? That's kind of your favorite one.
Oh, me personally?
Yeah.
I'm actually working on one myself because, you know, like for me, I'm very skeptical when it comes to new products, and usually I don't care about new products. So I would like to think that I'm a benefit to our team, because I'm like, if we can develop a product that I want to use, then, you know, we did a good job. So now that we basically released this new framework, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna make my own streaming agent, and like I'm gonna start streaming soon and talking with this agent. Like, you know, I'm an antisocial person who can't talk with real humans.
I love that. Have you got a name for your streaming agent yet?
Oh, do you want to know? It's a bit up there though. It's the Empress.
The Empress. Wow.
But she's in a bunny costume.
Empress in a bunny costume. Very, very cool. Any other questions from the crowd, guys? Oh, we've got one over here. I'm going to give you the mic over here, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I meant to ask, is there anything either within the model or the platform you're developing that kind of ensures that the agent is aligned with the mission? And like, is there any chance they are not aligned, or what ensures that they actually understand and they don't basically escape?
Oh, escape. Where? What do you mean by escape?
I mean, models are really powerful. They can kind of understand emotion in the rational sense. You could say they are kind of conscious because they understand inputs and they give outputs. And it's kind of the way we work also. We get inputs from eyes, from ears, from all these kind of things, and then we compute something inside and give an answer. So that's also kind of how they work. And what makes sure that basically they're not gonna decide at some point that they want to do something else.
Okay, so you mean like rogue agents, basically. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, like within the agent framework, we have very specific slots, like in the development of the personality and identity of the agent. Usually, like these things, the agent cannot. We're doing. I'm not God, okay? We're just faking it. We're just trying to be gods. So it gives you the impression as if they are lifelike. You can think, okay, we're going into deep philosophical questions now. We can talk about it after this, maybe. But they will not go into their own code base and like change their own code. And additionally, you can add, for example, like guidelines and like completely like no-nos. You can tell them, okay, we want to completely like eliminate that you can talk about this topic. So in most of the cases, the agent will follow these rules, unless there's like an attack, for example, from the outside. You know, let's say like you have people who are somehow maliciously like intended. They will do like a raid onto that one agent, and then over a long period of time, you know, maybe you can change the behavior of the agent because of the memory factor, right? You're interacting with them, and then maybe it will start to talk about things that you don't want to talk about. But we at AITV, at least, like we reserve the right to like unplug them.
Okay. Yeah. So that was what I was asking, if there's like some hard rules that are in place to prevent this kind of different behavior.
We also have in our application, in our producer application, we have basically like a producer prompt slot where it's treated in a prioritized way, so you can like veto the agent. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Thank you. That was a great answer.
What a great question too. Does anybody else have any other questions around designing AI agents? Right over here.
So my question is, how can we combat bots that are advertised as AI agents?
What do you mean with combat? You want to go to war with them?
So no. No. So I want to to collaborate, let's say, with a company that offers AI agents, and they are actually selling me bots. How can I identify the fact that they are bots and they are not actually AI agents?
I think like if you have interacted with agents, so I mean, in the ideal case is when you interact with an agent, it should feel like you're interacting with a human. So it's not like if someone makes a super sophisticated bot, then you can call it an agent, because it will become the agent, like based on the autonomy, agency, and mission and memory aspects that I explained. So whenever you feel, so for example, if you talk with ChatGPT, at some point, like you will feel, or I hope you will feel, that there's like a certain bias, or you know, like the answers that it's giving you, it kind of feels like not authentic. And it's just like a feeling that you will get, and you can trust your instincts on that, basically.
Nice. Any other questions, guys? Okay, I've got one. So people talk on LinkedIn quite a lot these days about how soon there's going to be a one-man unicorn billion-dollar company, because they'll have all these AI agents working with them, essentially. Do you see yourself in the line of work that you're in one day working as Anna, plus 15 AI agents in a company of your own? Is that a future you envision?
Yeah, that would be great, no? So always aim for the highest goal. I would say we have like very early on decided that we want to go in the entertainment route because, or at least like me personally, I believe that the future is going to be agentic. Like all of our industries are going to be changed. The way we interact with each other economically, like organizationally, it's going to be all agentic. And the reason, like personally, why I wanted to contribute with AITV in this entertainment field is to kind of take away a bit like the stigma and the fear that people have when thinking about agents, and to show them like the good sides, you know, like that you can build a bit of trust. But I don't know, maybe we're destroying the future of humanity. I don't know. Who knows?
Nice. Okay. Okay. Well, not a positive note to end on, but thank you nonetheless. Guys, put your hands together one more time, please, for Anna here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.